Not again. So Jumanji: The Next Level is the third film in the Jumanji franchise and is the sequel to the 2017 huge hit Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. And it sees the return of The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan as these video game avatars played by the characters of Spencer, Fridge, Bethany, and Martha. But this time around, Martha, Fridge, and Bethany have to re-enter the game to rescue their friend Spencer. But things don't go according to plan, and instead of going back into the bodies that they remember the last go round, this time they're not only in different bodies, but now they got some new guests accompanying them. It's Spencer's grandfather, Grandpa Eddie, played by Danny DeVito, now in the body of The Rock, aka Dr. Bravestone, and Grandpa Eddie's friend Milo, played by Danny Glover, now inhabiting the body of Kevin Hart's Franklin Mouse Finbar. And not only are the avatars a little bit different, but the game is different. The missions are different, the locations are different, and the challenge has been kicked up a notch. And yeah, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle is one of those rare exceptions. Well, Hollywood has been taking these pretty popular franchises and rebooting them, and the reboot ends up being more successful than the original, and something that audiences generally love. I really enjoyed the last movie and I had a lot of fun, and I wasn't expecting the movie to be as great as it was. Like, if I would have rated Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, I would have said it's a blockbuster. And considering the movie made almost $1 billion, it's only natural that they would do a sequel. And especially considering this movie is coming out of Sony Pictures, they need a franchise. Right now, the only franchises that Sony has that are profitable are Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home, and now Jumanji. And so the question is, does this sequel live up to Welcome to the Jungle? And yeah, I don't know. For me, this movie was a mixed bag. Because yeah, when I saw the trailer for this movie and I saw that all the characters that you knew and loved from the first one, really the second one, were coming back and they were going back into this video game, and it seemed like they were going to retread the same waters, but they weren't, in the sense that you have Jack Black now being in the body of Fridge, you have Danny DeVito now being in the body of The Rock, and you have Danny Glover now in the body of Kevin Hart. And it seemed like even though they were going back to the Jumanji world, they were doing new things with it and adding new dynamics to these characters. And I was excited about that. I wanted to see what new circumstances they would get in, because they weren't really being dealt with the same hand of cards. And you get new characters introduced as well. But despite that, as I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, as much as I'm enjoying the performances of The Rock and Kevin Hart pretending to be these old men in Danny DeVito and Danny Glover's character, and yeah, I did enjoy their acting, but I was just like, it doesn't really feel new. It feels like part two all over again. And just like they do with a lot of sequels nowadays, you're just taking what worked for the last one and then just dialing it up to a 12. But I feel like the reason Welcome to the Jungle worked is you took the Jumanji franchise and you made it completely different. Like, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle had every reason to fail. It should not have been as good as it was, but it worked. Because not only did you take the original franchise and completely change it and make it different, you still paid homage to the 1995 Jumanji, but at the same time, you made it different. You gave us characters and situations that were fun and enjoyable. And it's not to say there weren't moments or situations in this movie that I didn't like the car chase that you see in the trailer with the ostriches. I enjoyed that. Or them being chased by monkeys on the bridge. There's a lot of chasing in this movie. I enjoyed all those action set pieces and the character dynamics, specifically with Grandpa Eddie and Milo, and how in the beginning of this movie they were estranged, but now because they're in this video game, a part of a team, they are now forced to work together, and to see the relationship evolve between them. And I don't care what anybody says, Grandpa Eddie and Milo, they're secret lovers. That's what they are. Yeah, they were totally gay for each other. And of course, Jack Black. Like, Jack Black's performance as Bethany in the last movie, like, he was the best part of Welcome to the Jungle. But then seeing him come back and playing Fridge, even though part of me in the back of my mind, I'm like, for this white guy to be playing what he thinks is a black character, and I'm still just like, so is this what he thinks black people act like? In the back of my mind, I'm like, is this a little racist? I still enjoyed his character. I still enjoyed him playing Fridge. I believed him as this character, and he was fun to watch. But again, watching this movie, I felt like the Sunshine Anderson song, heard it all before. And even the villain, who's played by the actor that plays Clegane from Game of Thrones, granted he was better than the villain in Welcome to the Jungle, but he felt very generic. And despite this movie trying to tell me, oh, the threat is bigger, the threat is more difficult, I didn't really feel that. At no point in this movie did I feel like any of these characters were really in danger of not making it out of Jumanji, despite them trying to push that narrative that, oh my God, they might not make it. I was sitting in the movie like, yeah, right, more than likely all of these characters are going to survive. And there was no real menace for me for any of these characters throughout the movie. But yeah, overall though, I didn't hate this movie, but I just didn't like it as much as the first one. So I would say for me, Jumanji Next Level broke even, but made a little bit of profit. So that's about a C+. But with that said though, before I end this video, there is one thing that I do want to talk about, and it will be a spoiler. So if you have not seen Jumanji Next Level, skip this part. But yeah, so there's a moment at the end of the movie. So Milo leaves the body of Kevin Hart's character and enters into the body of the horse that Bethany was in, while Bethany returns back to the body of Jack Black. And it's revealed that Milo's character is dying in the real world. So as a result, he decides to stay in Jumanji in the body of that horse. And so while the rest of the characters go back into the real world, Milo is still in Jumanji. But there's no body. And so as the movie was ending, I was thinking to myself, didn't Milo just mention that he had a wife and kids? So is nobody gonna wonder where Milo is? I feel like Jumanji Part 3, if there's gonna be a Part 3, is gonna be about Danny DeVito's character being on trial for the murder of Milo, because the last known location of Milo was Grandpa Eddie's house, and now Grandpa Eddie is missing. Like, the movie should have ended where there happens to be a body of Milo and they just say Milo died in his sleep or something like that because his soul is now in Jumanji. But no, Milo's just missing. So yeah, the movie is gonna be called Jumanji 3: The Trial of Grandpa Eddie. But anyway, have you guys seen Jumanji Next Level? What did you think about it? Did you like Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle better, or Jumanji Next Level? Or do you like the original 1995 movie better than both of these movies? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and like this video to really help out the channel. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time.